This video will give you an installation guide as well as a review of Tesstudio Molle panels for the Cybertruck.
You've probably been buying tons of accessories for your Cybertruck. I almost exclusively bought off of Amazon, then I dabbled into eBay. Recently I found a company called Tesstudio that what they do is they sell a bunch of products, not only for your Cybertruck, but also for other electric vehicles out there. But I found this product and it seemed reasonable, so that I'd give it a shot. A few weeks later, it showed up. I give you the walkthrough, the installation, how I put it in, the functionality, how I use it, and then just a comparison to other Molle panel racks out there on the market.
It came very well packaged. It was obvious a lot of care went into the shipping to make sure it gets to you undamaged.
So as I installed these today, it's actually a reinstall. So I did it once to see how it worked. After I put them in, I contacted Tesstudio. And what they've done is they've agreed to give me a promo code to any of my viewers. If you'll purchase using this code, I'll give you here in a minute, you'll be able to get a percentage off of these and other things on their site. So make sure you stay to the end to give you that code. Pretty nice, pretty cool thing of Tesstudio trying to get their name out there. And by the way, I love endorsing this product because I'll show you in a minute here. It is awesome. And although this kit doesn't come with instructions, it's because it doesn't need them. It comes with an instruction page. One step, screw these in how it makes sense. Also go ahead and walk it through because it's really, really simple. Now, I'm gonna use my T25 Torx bit, but they actually include one on this double-sided little Allen wrench kind of thing that works really well. And so really you wouldn't need to supply any of your own tools to make this install work. In the truck here, you can see it's just gonna basically line up just right. These little spacers in the back are going to allow it to stand away from the truck just a little bit to still let you put the clips in. By the way, towards the end of this video, I'll show you all the different little accessories and different grasps and mounting equipment you can use to use universally on Molle panels. And again, another cool thing about this one from Tesstudio is these Molle size squares or rectangles are the same as every other one I've seen in the past. So if you have stuff that's you've outfitted to Molle gear in the past, this will also work with these here from Tesstudio.
Here I'm quickly removing the brackets that were already in my truck that my cyber tent was stored on.
Let me show you something here too. This is the backing of the bracket that came with my Cybertruck. So these are made by Tesla, and here's the one that came with Tesstudio. So you can see here, it's actually a thicker base and a more bulky end, which again, to me, that means quality. It's just as quality, if not a better quality than the ones I got from the Tesla brand itself.
Here I'm just lining up the little spacer bracket. It kind of just fits right into place with a rounded edge on the top left. And from there you have two screws, one on the top, one on the bottom, that sit nice and flush once they're screwed in all the way. Then again, the same step with the middle bracket. It fits snugly into place where you'll put in those two Torx head bit screws again till they are flush. And then the last one the same way, clip it in until it's tight and put both those screws in till they're flush also.
Okay, so next is the actually mounting of the Tesstudio bracket to the quarter panel. Two ways to do this. These little circular back nuts go in through the circle and then they'll slide over to the area like that. Then you can line this up and try to match the screw up in through this hole to that. Or you can just put them on slightly a little bit at a time, all three of these, and they'll slide in. If you keep them loose, you can put them in and slide them all together. Let me show you.
So I'm securing the little back brace nut with the Torx screw through the front of the panel, but I'm only putting this in about quarter depth because I want to leave a little bit of play that allows me to slide these collectively all three together in through the hole of the rail. That I'm going to slide it just about a ½ inch to its left to where it secures before I then go systematically one by one and tighten all those three screws down to the rail. Once I got those, I made one trip around and tightened all the screws.
One quick free tip for you here. So I just removed this bracket that was for the cyber tent. Your old hardware, what I like to do is always I screw it back together. So I'll just slide this back into that place where it was and go ahead and fasten this screw down. That way when I go back to reinstall my tent later, I know right where all this hardware is and I don't have to reuse or try to find other hardware. All right, so one side down, second to go. But first, before I get into that, let me just show you something here. So I'm planning on adding a whole bunch of different Molle rails to my truck at different spots to make it really tactical if I want, where I can transport my weapons and guns when I go to the range. So what I did is I bought several. Let me tell you though, of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to see what worked best before I installed it in my $100,000 truck, right? I'll tell you, this one here from Tesstudio is made out of an aluminum and it looks to be powder coated. It's very lightweight yet very strong. Like I can't bend this. Like this is gonna last for a long time. However, of these other, every last one of them is plastic. Every one of them. I got all these on Amazon for reference. Like if you're not careful with these, whether you're storing or strapping, some of them are super, super flimsy. This one here again from Tesstudio, which again, I'm an unofficial sponsor here, is an aluminum. Put metal into your truck if you can. It's gonna hold up over and over and over, especially for hanging other heavy things like metal and tools, which I'll show you here in a second.
So you'll see this little video here just to show that I found on the site Tesstudio, they have a whole other bunch of products that go into other Tesla vehicles, not just the Cybertruck. But as I'm doing here is I'm taking out all of my Cyber tent panels and then reinstalling with about a 5x speed the Molle panel. And this took about 6 minutes, including taking out the old brackets and installing the new panel. So a really quick installation process.
In case you're wondering what I'm wondering, does the tonneau cover still shut good with these Molle panels in? Let's find out. I think that's a go. Real quick, before we go much farther, the promo code. Use promo code CHARISMA to get a discount off anything off the Tesstudio site, including these Molle panel rails, which again, I highly endorse. Nothing in it for me. Just go ahead and jump on their site right now. Use that code CHARISMA, the name of my channel, to get that discount right now, but only for a limited time, so make sure you get it literally right now. Now that you have your Molle panels installed, there's just 2 questions left. What do you hang on it, and what do you use to hang things on the rack? Let's start with the second one. Well, that's kind of the cool part about Molle racks in general, is you can use just about anything you want to hang things. You can use little hooks of any kind, S hooks, L hooks, whatever, you name it. A couple things I like to get is just old-fashioned Velcro straps. As you go to like Home Depot, you can find all different kinds of options, whether it's hook and loop, whether it's just rolls and strips that you can cut to any length that you want, like I have here. You can go in, it'll stick to itself. Those are pretty cool. I also have there's Velcro hooks you can pick up, all kinds of stuff you can get at Home Depot. One of the things I really like is these they're like little wire rubber straps that these will flex to any shape you want. These are really cool to hook into those little squares that when you've got something tight, you can kind of zip tie it and it'll stay, something like that. All kinds of different options, basically anything you want. Jump on Amazon, tons of different options you have to hook things to a Molle panel. With that first one, I'm just gonna hang my little bar on the rack here, and slide my little wire through, pull it out the top. Velcro to hold the other side.
This lets me snug it in nice and tight to get a good secure fit.
Another option, let's say you have something that's heavier than what you're comfortable hanging on the panel. Now this ladder is not, it would hang just fine, but let's say you have. I can always just set this here, put it into place, and I can use one of these straps. Again, I'm gonna use this little flexible rubber wire. That will now hold this just from bouncing around the bed of my truck while I'm driving. It doesn't have to actually support its whole weight on the panel itself.
Here's a little Velcro with the little clasp that I got also at Home Depot that I can strap to the Molle panel and then hook a gym bag to. So again, if I don't need the space in the cab, I can hang it there while I go about my chores for the day. And it doesn't even come close to ending there. You can hang just about anything you want on these panels, all kinds of construction tools, yard tools, flashlights, levels, knives, sledgehammers, hunting tools, you name it, I use.
Probably tell by now I highly endorse these Molle panels. Go ahead and jump on the site right now and pick up a set of your own. In fact, I'm gonna leave the link to their site in the description below to make it really easy for you. But don't forget to use my promo code for my channel, CHARISMA, to get a significant discount off your entire purchase. And go ahead and subscribe to this channel just in case you can't complete the whole purchase right this minute. It'll bookmark it for you so you can come back to it. And then you can see other videos and products I'll have endorsed for you in the future.